Seat 6, time 1987. Ronald Reagan is president.
My friends, the rich are getting richer at the workers' expense. Let's bring the system down now.
Wait a minute. Wait a while. I got 5 interviews lined up.
You do? Who do you know that I know?
You're wasting your time. You're just a loser.
Are you referring to me?
Certainly not to her. All she needs to do is find herself a good man and she'll be set.
You sexist pig!
What?
You heard me, Buster.
My, you are hostile.
What's it to you? I've had enough of all the sexist crap. You men think you run the world. You don't. That's a man.
What did I do?
You were born a man.
Hey, that's not fair.
Now you know how we feel. Speak for yourself, honey.
So bossy. That's why I go overseas to meet women, to get away from the likes of you.
Like all the other losers.
Over there, women know how to treat men right.
And we don't.
I'm afraid not. It's your attitudes. All it does is drive us away.
And you're a bargain?
Bunch of prima donnas.
Friends, brothers, listen to me. We've got to get beyond the barriers that separate us. We have so much in common. The enemy is not us, it's the system that deliberately divides us along racial and gender lines.
I bet you voted for Mondale.
And if I did, what of it?
Mondale wasn't such a bad guy.
But he was boring. But he had a nice smile.
He seemed like a friendly guy.
Who cares about Walter Mondale's smile?
I found his smile to be rather phony. That annoyed me.
You mean you judge Mr. Mondale by his smile?
I guess so.
Wow, that is being superficial.
Watch it with those big words, Buster. They strain your brain.
Like you have one?
Oh, wow, that hurts. Such a wit.
Why are the two of you fighting?
That's because they're really attracted to each other.
Oh, so is that why me and my mother argue all the time?
No, that's because you're a spoiled little brat.
That remark was uncalled for.
You sure know how to talk to women.
Dummies.
You know, it's sourpusses like you that are driving this country into the ground.
Just because I said that Mondale wasn't a bad guy?
I wasn't talking to you, Mac. I was talking to prima donna over here.
Okay. Don't get so hot under the collar.
Next thing you'll be telling me is that Jimmy Carter was a great president.
He had a nice wife.
Who cares about his wife? The man was a complete wuss. It took Reagan to clean up the hostage mess.
By buying off the Iranians.
Reagan was a good actor. I've seen a couple of his movies.
The guy was a clod. You know, Jane Wyman threw him out.
Really? I didn't know that.
She must have been an idiot.
She had her reasons, and after 7 years of Reagan, I can kind of figure out why.
You shouldn't speak so disrespectfully about our commander-in-chief.
I'll say whatever I please. He's no king.
But he's strong. He's not letting the Russians get away with anything.
That's right, pal. Maybe now you got some gonads after all.
The guy is all fluff.
He's made us proud to be Americans again.
I've always been proud of being an American.
He doesn't take that guff from anybody. That's the kind of man we need as president.
Ronald Reagan is a sham and a fraud. He's part of a system that promotes war for profit. He cares only for the rich and is their tool. Only by forming a united front representing all segments of the working class can Reagan and his gang of swindlers be defeated.
Reagan, a tool of the rich? I'm not so sure about that. After all, he was elected into office.
Elections are bogus. Politicians represent only their own interests. They're in office to make money. They don't care about you. They just care about themselves and the greedy plutocrats and economic plunderers.
Meanwhile, he almost died for us in 1981.
Oh my, that was so awful. I was really afraid he would die.
Look how strong he was, laughing and joking like nothing could hurt him.
I don't know what he found so funny. If it were me, I would have been damn pissed off.
Maybe he was. Maybe all his bravado was an act. You know he's an actor.
How an actor could become president is beyond me.
He's a lot better than the guy he beat.
Carter wasn't so bad. He got the Egyptians and Israelis to stop fighting.
That's because Israel beat Egypt's butt 4 times. I guess those Arabs are slow learners.
I had an Israeli boyfriend.
What happened to him?
He dumped me.
That's too bad.
Not really. I found out he was gay.
I thought Israeli men were supposed to be so tough.
You don't have have to be straight, to be tough.
How would you know?
Because it's common sense. Something you don't have.
Why do you always mock me? I am not such a bad guy once you get to know me.
I go by first impressions, and my first impression of you is not good.
I always like to give a guy a second chance.
That is when they don't dump you first.
Most men find me attractive.
Actually, you're not that bad looking.
Hey, bub, you're no great shakes either.
Do you need to embarrass me like that in front of the ladies?
Is there something going on between you two guys?
Nothing at all. I just know a loser when I see one.
Now you're seeing things.
You two guys are pathetic. No wonder I'm so disgusted with men.
Lady, I wouldn't go out with you if you paid me, and besides, I'm married.
I bet your wife's a real beauty.
She is a lot prettier than you, that's for sure.
I'm not looking to impress you.
This talk is defeating the purpose of this meeting, which is to bring us together and form bonds of friendship that will transcend all petty differences that keep us weak and disunited.
Yes, I agree. We should be forming bonds, but guys keep getting the wrong ideas.
I'm already bonded in a trap called marriage.
As a member of the working class, I am completely disgusted with the system.
Now you're talking.
And I'm still looking for a good job.
It's not enough just to have a good job. No matter how much you get paid, it never keeps up with inflation.
What do you do for a living?
I work with my hands.
That sounds pretty dull.
It pays the bills.
So why complain?
Because I'm living from check to check and I'm way up over my head in debt.
Whose fault is that?
I tell you, my friend, the system's at fault. It forces all workers into debt.
I don't owe anyone anything.
You must still be living with your parents.
At least you get a paycheck. Maybe I should apply for your job.
Watch it, bub. You're about to cross that line, and besides, you're too puny to do my kind of work.
Oh, you're a real caveman.
Actually, I find you kind of attractive in a beastly sort of way.
Thanks, honey. Too bad I didn't meet you 10 years earlier.
I was just a teenage kid.
That wouldn't have stopped him. That never stops any man if he thinks he can get away with it.
Oh, you have such a filthy mind.
When I was a teenager, one of my teachers asked me to meet me outside of school. I never told anyone about it.
Please, don't start now.
I knew you were, well, you know.
My teacher was a woman.
So what happened?
My friends, enough of the small talk. We need to mobilize for action now. Remember, the ruling class wants to keep us distracted, and as long as they succeed in accomplishing that, they will stay in power. To break their grip over us, workers must unite. That means putting the we before the me, which is the one true test of political consciousness. No more injustice, no more war, no more racism. The triumph of the working class is just a matter of time.
That's the problem. I have too much consciousness. If I was more oblivious of what's going on around me, maybe I'd be a lot better off.
You could have fooled me.
I follow politics all the time on the news. That is, after I read the arts and leisure section.
If I bring up politics, my parents start yelling at me. They scream at me to can it, so I can it.
That's because they're too busy trying to make a living.
Maybe they're part of that silent majority that's actually silent.
And who got Reagan elected, so they can't be that silent.
I prefer the term cynical majority.
Cynicism requires a certain degree of intelligence and insight.
That leaves you out.
Oh my, such a sharp wit.
I thought it was funny.
Thank you, Missy.
Missy, he must have the hots for you.
The property class has created a market system that perpetuates gender stereotypes. Hence, we have a gender divide between men and women. This is not merely coincidental, it's part of a deliberate strategy to keep people divided. But we shall overcome these differences just as we will overcome all our differences. Racial, ethnic, religious, and economic, to create a new society based on equality and justice.
They tried that in the Soviet Union. Now the country is a basket case.
They took a beating in World War II.
They deserved.
But they won, so their system couldn't have been that much of a washout.
That was then, and this is now.
Who cares about what happens to the Soviet Union?
You are aware that they have about 10,000 nuclear missiles aimed at us?
So what? They haven't used them.
Yet.
End of scene 6. Scene 7, time 2007. George W. Bush is president. The U.S. is fighting wars in Iraq and Afghanistan.
My dear brothers and sisters, the struggle for peace and justice continues. Israeli oppression of our Palestinian brothers must end now. The imperialist wars against Iraq and Afghanistan must stop now. The U.S. is the real terrorist. We must unite with our Islamic brothers and sisters to defeat the forces of plutocracy and hypocrisy that are sucking the world dry.
I'm in the reserves, and I just got called up again for the third time.
You're serving your country. That's what counts.
But it's destroying my life. I can't plan anything.
Why did you join anyway?
I needed a job.
What about love for your country?
That too. But first, because I couldn't find a job after I graduated college, I saw a commercial on TV urging people to join the reserves. So I joined. That was 2 deployments ago. Meanwhile, I still can't find a regular job.
I served in Vietnam.
That's ancient history.
Then you understand what I'm going through.
I wasn't in the reserves. I served my hitch and then got out.
Maybe I should go straight to active duty.
But what will you do after you leave the service?
Frankly, young man, as much as I'd like to listen to your concerns, I have my own issues to deal with.
Listen to you. Such a selfish attitude. No wonder I don't like you.
I couldn't care less what you think of me.
So self-centered. You know, lady, you're nothing but an ingrate.
No one's ever thanked me for anything. Even while I was married, I was completely taken for granted. My in-laws hated me. My kids wouldn't listen to me. And as for my husband, I won't even go into that.
My friends, understand petty recriminations for what they are. Conditioned responses to unstable social situations created to drive people apart. Single, married, widow, divorce, labels that mean nothing. We must unite and form an unbreakable chain that will choke the enemies of the working class. We have the power, so let's organize and use it.
Does that unbreakable chain include our enemies in Iraq?
Wars are driven by the insatiable craving for profit. The government says that we have enemies. That's pure propagandistic garbage spewed out by the plutocrats and fascists who control the government. They want to keep the working class divided. But we're on to them. What's needed now is a collective action to drive the plutocrats and their lackeys out. Then wars will stop, and people throughout the world will live in peace and harmony.
No more wars. I'm good with that.
Yeah, I'll believe it when I see it.
So my service overseas is nothing but a waste.
Nobody told you to volunteer.
Now you're making me sound like a fool.
You are no fool. You're a hero.
That's what they told us when we got back from Nam, that we were fools and worse.
But that was different. It wasn't a just war.
What war is just?
My unit took some pretty heavy casualties. Don't tell me it's been all in vain.
Don't listen to her. She's just a cranky broad. She probably hasn't gotten any in years.
You should be so lucky.
You're the last broad I'd do it with.
What are they talking about?
It's so petty that it's not worth discussing.
I wish everyone would speak plainly.
We are speaking plainly, Dolly. You're just not getting it.
Sir, that statement could be taken in different ways.
Not getting what?
Young lady, he's talking about something he couldn't deliver if he tried.
Care to test me out?
Test out what?
How is all of this bringing us together?
She started it.
Wrong.
Understand that in unity there is power.
Meanwhile, I've been deployed twice to Iraq.
I commiserate with you. Didn't Bush say that Saddam Hussein had weapons of mass destruction?
And that's why we went in, to prevent him from using them.
But none were found. I heard that on the news.
You're right. We never found any. But we're working to build a new Iraq.
Why do we need to rebuild Iraq?
Well, my hat's off to you, young man. You're my kind of guy.
Hey, I'm doing my duty. That's all.
Such modesty. I'm beginning to like you.
Women are such suckers for men in uniforms.
A lot of people serving are women.
Can they do the job?
Not only can they do the job, they often do it better than the men.
I just can't accept the idea of men and women serving together in the same units.
Didn't they say the same thing when it came to desegregating the military? That blacks and whites serving together couldn't work.
It's not a problem, at least not for me.
And what about all that hazing that we hear about in the news?
I never seen any of that stuff. With me, my relations with women is strictly business.
That's the way it should be.
Down with war, down with injustice, down with profiteering. Soldiers and workers around the world unite. We demand peace, equality, and justice.
Iraq is a basket case. It's a broken country. The problem is how to put it back together again.
Weren't we the ones who broke it?
I don't like that we're spending so much money trying to rebuild Iraq when we have so many problems here at home.
It's all about fighting terrorism. Don't forget September 11th.
I know, I never will. I was 2 blocks away from the first tower when it collapsed. Or should I say, disintegrated. It was awful. If I had been any closer, I would have been buried alive. The way it was, I was covered from head to toe with this horrible, sticky dust. It took me weeks to get rid of the smell.
Yet you question why our brave soldiers serve. Shame on you.
I watched it all on television. It was so sad.
Damn Arabs! We should have nuked them!
Nuke who? We're still not sure who attacked us.
Hey, the Gobs were Saudi Arabians. That's all I need to know.
But that doesn't mean they represented every Saudi.
Those people hate us. They call us infidels. And the Iranians, they're even worse.
The problem is, do we want to fight 1.5 billion Muslims?
I don't.
But if we do nothing, then they'll win, and Western civilization will be history.
That's not likely to happen.
We must unite with our Muslim brothers in this just struggle to resist Western domination.
Like I said, I want nothing to do with anything or any one Muslim. To me, they want to force their way of life on us, and I will not have that.
I saw this movie about a Muslim family going on a pilgrimage to Mecca. They seemed very nice. Maybe it would be better if we respected the religion.
I agree with you.
How can you say that? You're over there fighting them.
Personally, I have no gripe with the Arab people. Not all of them hate us.
I'd be so scared if I was there. How do you deal with it?
The best I can.
There's no way I'm letting my kid go into the military.
Said like a true patriot.
Let your kids go in, okay? I don't believe we should be over there in the first place.
But we were attacked.
That's true.
Then why no declaration of war?
Because the president doesn't need one. If he thinks we gotta fight there, then we fight there.
That's dumb. He was already wrong about the weapons of mass destruction.
So what? We need the oil.
So we went to war to steal oil? Wouldn't it be easier just to buy it?
That's right. It would be easier, but that kind of thinking requires common sense, something which is in short supply.
We're there already. Let's just take it.
We're there to bring democracy to the region, not rip it off.
Does that include Afghanistan too?
I guess so. I haven't been there yet.
The bosses reap huge profits while the working class suffers.
Meanwhile, I'm still looking for a job.
So how are you supporting yourself?
Student loans.
So I'm subsidizing your college education.
My financing is completely private, so you have nothing to worry about.
How'd you manage that? I thought you don't work.
The government guaranteed me my loan. They thought I was a good investment.
How could that be? You have no income.
How much you owe?
$125,000. That's why I really need to get a job.
Or find a rich husband?
Or hit the lottery.
I played the lottery and lost.
Then, like the lady said, go find yourself a rich husband. That shouldn't be a problem for a classy-looking lady like you.
You're looking to get it on with her.
Come on, we're just talking.
Nothing wrong with that.
I watched the two of you making eyes at each other.
He's really not my type.
The man is in the service, fighting for our country, and you're giving him the brush off? That's a problem with all you women. You're all a bunch of prima donnas and princesses.
That's okay. I'm really not all that interested in her. $125,000 debt? I'll stay away from that.
You see what you've done? All because of you. Now, they want nothing to do with each other.
What did I do?
Are you really married? What woman would have you?
You're no bargain either, sister.
Now I feel like a jerk.
Don't feel that way, sister. Besides, I really can't get involved with anybody right now. I'll be shipping out any day now. If I could help, I would, but I can't. At least, not right now.
In a way, I already miss you.
Now that sounds kind of mushy.
Can't you shut your mouth?
How about if I email you?
Come on, Mac, you can do better than that.
Cool it, will you? I know what I'm doing.
I'm just trying to help, man.
You can't even help yourself.
All freedom-loving people must unite and defeat the moneyed classes who care only about one thing, profit.
You gotta strike while the iron's hot. That's what I say.
I really need the money. Can you help me, sir? I promise you to pay you back when I get a job. I don't want to land in the street.
Don't look at me, I'm all tapped out.
What about you?
Sorry, honey. I have my own problems.
What am I going to do?
Didn't you say that your loan was guaranteed?
It was, but I never graduated.
Well, you should have stayed in school.
They flunked me out.
Then get a job.
I can't. Ever since 9/11, this country has never been the same. It screwed up the economy something awful.
That's why we need to grab the oil.
That's the solution, right? Just take the oil and everything will be fine.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't say that I agree with you.
I won't argue with you. You have enough to deal with.
Compared to you, my concerns are so petty. I feel so ashamed.
Don't say that, friend. We all have issues. I volunteered for this duty, so I can't complain.
Soldiers of the world, throw down your guns and join the cause for world peace. No more borders, no more nations, victory to the working class!
My hat's off to you, friend. Those who serve truly are the finest.
I heard that slogan a million times. Empty words.
Hey, Mac, I mean it.
Okay, thanks.
But I have to wonder if the war is worth it. I mean, with all the casualties and the costs, it bothers
Of
me.
course it's worth it. The Arabs hit us, so we have to hit them back. Simple as that. It's a matter of self-defense.
We invade them, and now you're telling me it's a matter of self-defense? That's ridiculous.
Now what?
If my kid has to go and fight a war, at least I want to know that it's for a legitimate reason and not a lie.
You know, lady, if everyone thought like you, we wouldn't have a country. There'd be nobody out there to protect us.
People have a right to their opinions.
Just as long as they don't talk nonsense.
I guess that leaves you out.
Lady, you are really beginning to get on my nerves.
This is what I'm fighting for?
End of scene 7. Scene 8, time 2016. Donald J. Trump has been elected to be the next president of the United States.
Down with Donald Trump. He's a direct threat to all working peoples, not only in the United States, but around the world. We must mobilize for action. Take to the streets, warn the people, our future is at stake.
Trump won?
Yes, he did.
I thought he was supposed to lose.
How could you be so gullible?
I wasn't being gullible. For a year and a half, every newspaper, every poll, every pundit was saying that Trump had no chance of winning.
I heard the same stuff too. I guess it was all junk.
You think so?
I tuned out the whole thing. I was too busy dealing with my kids.
I love it when people say they weren't really following what was happening.
Believe what you want. I really didn't care who won.
Spoken like a true Hillary supporter. I bet that inside you're burning up that Trump won.
Stop trying to get into my head, okay?
Lady, I wouldn't get into any part of that body.
Now you sound like Mr. Trump.
Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did. What of it?
Hey man, no need to get so defensive. She was just asking.
I can speak for myself. Thank you.
That's telling him, sister. Why do men always have to be so pushy?
I wasn't trying to be so pushy.
Mac, now you know why I voted for Trump.
Said that like a real male chauvinist.
And you called him pushy?
Mister, if you don't watch it, I'll be calling you a lot worse.
I hate name calling. It's so childish.
I've been called plenty of names.
Probably by your gentleman friends after they come on to you and you tell them to get lost.
Sir, you do have a dirty mind.
That's what makes life interesting.
No, that's what makes life silly, like you.
We're just having some innocent chatter. What's the big deal?
It's not innocent.
Ah, grow up.
Such a nasty man.
You have no no right to judge me. You don't even know me.
And I want to keep it that way.
Peoples of the world, we're in crisis. The forces of reaction are on the march. Workers of the world, unite. Down with racism, down with sexism, down with war. We demand justice. To the streets, we will be heard.
You are such a sourpuss.
Stop attacking her.
Stop your arguing. The election's over. Let's move on.
Tell that to her.
You're so repulsive.
And you're grotesque.
Look, she doesn't like you. Move on.
Why are you defending her? She hates men, just like they all do.
You use the word hate, not me.
I don't hate men,
There's always a few smart ones like you.
but I don't like you either.
See what I mean?
Come on.
Don't tell me, come on. We men gotta stick together.
I just can't buy into what you're saying.
Hey, pal, don't tell me you're going over to their side. That's like being a traitor.
You know, you're beginning to get on my nerves.
Welcome to the club.
Lady, I'm not part of your club. I don't like you either.
What did I do to you?
Nothing. I just don't like your attitude and your bickering. It's really annoying. In fact, demoralizing.
You men are horrible.
I'd rather be disliked than disrespected.
You can't be serious. I always want to be liked.
But you don't like me, so why should I like you?
Maybe I would like you if you were a little less abrasive. Maybe that would help.
You want less abrasive? How about if I tell you a couple of jokes?
All of a sudden, you're a comedian.
I'll ignore that.
Let's hear your jokes.
Alright. What do you call a man wearing a dress? Anyone know the answer?
A fool?
Good guess, but no cigar. Anyone care to guess? Come on, you're all smart people.
Okay, Joker, what's the answer?
I'll tell you. Get ready. A well-dressed man. What? No laughs? Okay, then I'll tell you another one.
Sure, let's hear it.
What do you call a man running around in a circle?
Stupid, like you?
No, not even close. And watch it with the wise cracks, or I may forget that I'm trying to be nice.
Okay, smart guy, what's the answer?
A well-rounded man.
Some comedian.
Where you pick up these corny jokes?
I made them up. If you want, I'll tell you one more.
Okay, but make this the last one.
When's the best time to screw in a light bulb?
I never replace light bulbs. I get someone else to do it for me.
Why?
I guess I'm something of a klutz. I'm just not good with my hands.
Well, I am.
Watch it, Buster. She's a nice girl,
I know she is. That's why I like her.
but maybe she doesn't like you.
You really don't like me?
People, what about my joke? Who knows the answer to my joke?
Oh, the joke. Sorry, I guess we got sidetracked.
Can you tell it again?
Forget about it. I'm just wasting my time.
My comrades, this is no time for jokes. We must achieve solidarity. We must unite. We must become one mighty army, fighting to rid the world of injustice, racism, and oppression. We can do it. We must do it. We will do it. Peace, freedom, justice, now.
Does that mighty army include gays, atheists, and foreigners?
There are people too.
Sometimes I wonder about that.
Oh, they're people, just not my kind of people.
You know, maybe you and I have a lot more in common than you think.
Well, I doubt that. For one thing, I'm smart while you're dumb.
I heard somewhere that women are naturally more intelligent than men.
You hear things?
All the time.
Are you hearing things now?
Yes, she is. The sound of a man with a very irritating voice.
I resent that.
But it's the truth. Your voice sounds like a cross between a jigsaw and a foghorn.
I'm sorry if you find my voice so irritating. Some people have called my voice melodious.
Maybe they were just trying to be polite. Though why anyone would want to waste such formalities on you is beyond me.
I told you, she doesn't like you. Now, do you believe me?
I've had it with your man-hating insults.
Lower your soul, Lancelot. I was talking to him, not you.
I can't help it. You hate men. Admit it.
No, you're wrong. I hate jerks. Can I help it if the jerks I meet all happen to be men?
Oh, that explains everything.
I didn't know I was around so many wise guys.
Meanwhile, my health insurance premiums are skyrocketing. I'm afraid to go to the doctor.
You need medical care?
No, not right now. But if I did, I wouldn't be able to afford it.
Mr. Trump said he'll fix that.
Yes, but can you believe him?
Can you believe any politician?
Apparently, a lot of people believe him. He got elected.
That's right, deal with it. The man is going to save this country.
He's not going to save anything. The guy's a windbag.
You better watch your mouth.
I say whatever I want.
Hey, you could say whatever you want about me, but once you start mouthing off about my man Trump, you're stepping over the line, get it?
Cool down, we're just talking.
Talk is talk. Just watch what you say about my man Trump.
Can
okay?
he get me my health insurance?
He can do anything. He proved that by winning when all the pompous pontificators had all but written him off.
He still lost the popular vote.
There you go again, ragging my man. I'm warning you. Don't test me, you hear?
I hope he produces.
We'll see.
Let's give the guy a chance.
Give him a chance. He won the election. He's going to get that chance.
How about somebody giving me a chance?
Who's stopping you?
Listen, honey, there are some things that you just got to deal with yourself.
I'm dealing with it. It's just that I'm such a failure. Help me.
Oh, stop your whining. It's pathetic. That's what's wrong with this country today. We have lost our gumption.
I thought what's wrong are all the illegals pouring into the country.
Don't get me started on that.
And the teachers and unions and environmentalists, they're the problem.
Now you're talking. You must have voted for Trump.
Sorry to disappoint you.
Just when I thought that you and I had an understanding.
I love watching two males try to bond. It's so ridiculous.
Hey lady, don't look at me. I'm just minding my own business. He's the one who used the word understanding, not me.
Hey pal, don't you worry. I'm not planning to kiss you.
Already, you're bickering. Just like two lovers.
Hold on, sister. You're way off course.
I think not. Love can happen at any time, even to men.
Lady, you better can that talk right now. I'm no pansy.
You know, you're a real gem.
I wish I could say the same about you.
Workers of the world, unite. Throw off your chains. The time to fight is now. To the barricades.
What barricades?
It's enough for me just to get up in the morning.
My kids take up all of my time. Otherwise, I'd be out there telling the world where to get off.
That's why you should have voted for Trump.
What makes you think I didn't?
I didn't vote for him either. In fact, I didn't vote at all.
I did. Now I feel like I threw away my vote.
Damn sore loser.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a small businessman.
With the emphasis on small.
Hey lady, one more crack at it, you and...
Don't say it, pal. It's not nice to threaten a lady.
Oh my, you are a Prince Valiant.
All talk, no action.
Don't test me, pal. Let me warn you. I've taken karate lessons.
So you know how to break a piece of wood, so what?
I can break other things too.
And you have the nerve to tell me to stop being threatening.
Hey, he's just trying to be protective.
I don't need any man to protect me.
We are one people united in the struggle against oppression. Men and women bonded together, marching as one. Soon the property class will feel the strength of our resolve. Karl Marx showed us the way, and now it's up to us to make Marx's vision a reality.
What man would even think of protecting you?
You're so mean.
After being married 3 times, I now have a healthy distrust for women.
But you can't be that bad of a guy.
I'm not once you get to know me.
I go by first impressions. That's why I don't like you. If I've got to get to know someone, then they are not worth getting to know.
I like to give people a chance.
I do too.
It's nice when someone agrees with you.
Which isn't very often.
It's not what you say, it's how you say it.
So, if I tell you, Mac, you're a schmuck, but say it with a smile, then it's okay?
He might take that as a compliment.
Some compliment.
We're back to the name calling. I just can't get through to you people.
You haven't said anything worth hearing.
I think you're being a bit harsh on this guy.
If I need your help, I'll ask for it, okay?
I was trying to be nice.
You mean condescending.
Now look who's using big words.
Sorry for being educated. Sue me.
I was trying to pay you a compliment.
Stop trying to suck up to me.
Ugh, that word suck gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Brings back bad memories?
No, it's not that. I used to smoke 3 packs of cigarettes a day.
Wow, that's a lot. When did you stop?
About 6 years ago.
What made you stop?
Well, it's like this. I was smoking for 10 years and...
Wait a minute, you were smoking for 10 years?
Yes, 10 years.
That means that if you were smoking for 3 packs a day, then you were smoking 21 packs a week. That means that you smoked over 1,000 packs a year, which comes out to 20,000 cigarettes per year or 200,000 cigarettes over a 10-year period. That must have cost you a ton of money. How could you even afford that?
Please don't remind me. It's enough that I stopped.
I used to smoke a ton of cigarettes too, but I cut down after I started spitting up blood.
Why not just stop altogether?
Easier said than done.
Okay, they're your lungs, but I'll tell you, smoking has a lot to do with sex appeal. Men like women who smoke.
It's true. When I was smoking, my social life was terrific. I had lots of boyfriends. One guy I knew even wanted me
Oh,
to...
down with sexism. Men and women must unite in bonds of solidarity. The working class will triumph. The struggle must continue and will continue to final victory. Then exploitation will cease, wars will end, and national borders will disappear. Peace and harmony will prevail throughout the world, and injustice will be a relic of the past.
Such a beautiful vision.
I wish we had that now.
Pure fantasy. Such wishful thinking is a waste of time.
I don't know. We need to think in terms of the future.
We don't know what the future will bring.
Some people think they know.
Don't promise what you can't produce.
But we gotta live for something.
For the here and now, that's what.
For a guy who uses big words, your intellect seems rather narrow.
Not narrow, realistic. She's the one with the vision issue, not me.
What vision issue?
You said such a beautiful vision.
I was just commenting on what Mr. Frank up there said.
Oh, he has a vision issue too. Maybe the both of you need to get your eyes checked.
Oh, so now you're an eye doctor?
By that you mean an ophthalmologist?
Don't put words into my mouth.
Lady, if I put something in your mouth, it won't be words.
What will you put her in her mouth?
Now we're talking about mouths?
No, we're talking about, well, to tell you the truth, I have no idea what we're talking about.
Then let's drop the subject, whatever it is.
There's so much in this world that's rotten.
You just discovered that.
I'm sorry you feel that way, doll. You seem like a nice girl. It must be rough being you.
My, you are full of surprises. Not only do you have a sense of humor, you're compassionate too. Maybe I've been wrong about you.
Years ago when